tell, today we're gonna talk a little bit more about Lovecraft. See this as a long overdue follow-up on my biography on him, but it's kind of an important topic, so thank you for watching this. A long time ago I did a biography on H.P Lovecraft with the intention to do a second follow-up on that one regarding problematic sides of the author and why this is a thing people often call out, because let's be real, there is a lot of wrong with the man to mention and talk about. The video has been long overdue for a lot of reasons, but the main reason it has been this overdue is the fact that I wasn't really prepared to actually hold a discussion on this topic. Not that I was afraid of backlash or saying something dumb, but not being able to really explain the issues with his writings and why it has this kind of dark shadow following it. Born in 1890, he was born into a split nation with open wounds of war, because just 25 years earlier, in 1865, the Confederacy surrendered to United States and in effect ending slavery. But this did not mean in any way that racism and bigotry was over, and a lot of people still believed and believes today in white supremacy, and so did Howard Phillips Lovecraft. I come across both accusations of ignoring this when I talk about my love for his work, and in some instances maybe I do it subconsciously, and I come across blatant lies from people who outright denies this or says that it played a minor part in his life. It absolutely didn't. In fact, it played such a big role in his life that it's first and foremost visible in his writing if you look close enough, and sometimes he even shows you. Lovecraft never tried to hide his fetish for especially British culture and white superiority. But it was not only that, of course it wasn't. He was a noted anti-Semite as well, and often talked about classic Jewish conspiracies and how the Jews run the economy and tries to infiltrate culture and media against what he would call the Aryan race. I wonder where I heard that before. A lot of people reading Lovecraft might not recognize this as well as me or others that has dug a bit deeper, but that is also why I'm making this video, because while he's undoubtedly one of the most influential writers in horror during the 1900s, it's kinda hard to not see this sip through his work as well. So influential, yeah, but kind of an asshole. And if you somehow thought it might just be hints or bits or racial slurs he used in his lonely apartment, he also published a poem named The Creation of the N-Word. A poem in which he argues and writes that the gods, having just designed man and beast, create black in semi-human form to populate the space in between. Yeah. And if that somehow wasn't enough to convince you, he kind of famously wrote that Hitler's vision is romantic and immature, as he looked in awe on the rise of fascism, and after Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany, he wrote, "I know he's a clown, but I kinda like the guy." The idea that Lovecraft was a product of his time is not really truthful either. I think that the time in which he lived in amplified his personal views for him. A lot of the racism and anti-Semitism was around, but they were not on this level, which made Lovecraft feel like the more superior person, a truth speaker, so to say. A lot like the fascists you see today on the internet. The very idea that he could plant a seed in someone because they were racist but not as much as him made him feel empowered. Another thing to bring in here is that he was, of course, as most fascists, a homophobe as well. He actually had like 2 or 3 friends that were openly gay, but he did not support the gay cause, even though if he loved his friends, which is what some fascists do today as well. You know, I have a black friend or I have a gay friend, but you know, even Lovecraft used that argument. The thing with Lovecraft is that there is a lot to discuss about him, both his work but also his person. The thing with Lovecraft is that there is a lot to discuss about him, both his work and his person. This video was mainly to point on these things out for you so that you can continue your own research in the matter and be prepared for the topic when it comes up. His contributions in modern horror can't be taken away, but it's kind of important to always discuss pop culture, whether it's old or new. We can't change the past, but we can learn a lot from it. So, and with that, thank you all for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter or something.